Aloha, welcome to Kulāiwi. We're going to learn today how to talk about these different people when we refer to I, you, he. Remember, we already know it's au, oi, oya, right? Pehea oi, mai ka'i au. Pehea oya, mai ka'i oya. We've had those three already, and those are the simple ones. But we're going to go on today to learn how to say, how are the two of you? Pehea olua. And so it's going to take some work here, okay? And I need you to work with me on this one. Our vignette takes us to Uncle Ka'eo's house with Kunane. Kunane is going over there to just visit, but he sees Uncle Ka'eo coming down, and he says, oh, where are you going? And Uncle Ka'eo says, I'm going to fix car today. You want to help? And he says, okay, I'll go get my tools, in my car. And when they turn around, you see Uncle Ka'eo's wahine come out of the house with some food, and it's so typical when, well, at least in our house, it's typical. If somebody is working outside, you bring them something to drink or something to eat, because they're not going to come in the house because they're lepo, they're dirty. So you have to take their food outside to them, okay? So she comes outside with some food, and she tells him, e ai oko, eat. And he says, mahope paha, later on. And they have an exchange there. And then Uncle Ka'eo turns around, and he sees his friends coming. And we want to listen to that conversation too, okay? When his wahine comes out and offers one of the guys who's just come to eat. And what does Kekai respond? What does he say to her? Okay. And it's kind of cute because Uncle Ka'eo's wahine is hapai. And so listen to how she responds when Kunane asks her, pehea oi, okay? That might be something you could say if you hapai, okay? So once again, kalamai. Sit back. Nenea, enjoy, and I'll be back with you soon, okay? Ahui ho, aloha.
E ana kala Ka'eo. I hea oe helei.
I kia kakahiaka, o pono au I ke kaa. Maki oe kukua mai au.
Ai, hiki no, e ki iwa i ka o mau mea ho o pono ma ko ukaa.
Au e, nui ka hana. Maki oe ho o lori na huila a pau ma ke kaa.
E ku ukane paahana. E ka mea ai. E ai pono o ko.
Mahalo nui, mahope paha. O oi ku wahini olu loa.
Ai, a o oi ku ukane paahana loa.
Oi, ana ke. A hea e hanau I ai ka pepe.
E lua mahina paha. Pea oe kunane.
Mai kai, a o oe.
Nui ho I ko o pua ka haoli loa au.
E kunane, e kukua mai.
Hiki no.
E komo au I ka hale. Ina makemake e ai e kahea mai.
Ai, hiki no, mahalo.
Hiki no. E nāna e ko oho aloha. Heli mai oia e kukua pū. O wai ke la.
O, keia ko u ho aloha o malani keo nui kona inoa.
O ka mai no lua. Ai, o kunane ko uho a pili. E kunane, o ko uho anoha ke ia o ke kai.
Aloha. E, o keia ko u ana kala Ka'eo. Ko kua wai ho o pono I kona kaa I keia la.
Aloha e kuhoa.
Aloha no.
Mahalo no ke kukua nui. Mai kai nā lima he nui. Malahi ka hana.
Pololei.
E ke kai pololi oi?
A ole mahalo. E hana mua mako.
A ole, e ai mua o ko e ho o I kai ke kino.
Hiki no.
Hiki no.
Hiki no.
Aloha, how was that? Did you get the idea? Did you understand what was going on? Well, if you didn't, that's okay. We're going to clear it up right now, okay? Let's start today's lesson with the pronouns, okay? We all know it's au, right? When you say mai ka'i au, and mai ka'i oi, mai ka'i oya. Remember, he, she, it, oya? Okay. Now, what we have in Hawaiian that we don't have in English is when we refer to two people, okay? We usually say it in English. We say, how you two, okay? In Hawaiian, there's a word for that, okay? Let's start first with talking about ourselves, okay? It's au. Now, grab your friend, okay? Grab your friend. Now, here's my friend, okay? Ko uho aloha, o ele pani kona inoa, okay? Maua. Okay? Somebody asks us, how you guys? I tell them, mai ka'i maua. Okay? O wau me elepani. Okay? Maua. Maika'i maua. Now, if there was one more, okay, that we add, yeah, I don't want him. I want him. Okay, if I add this guy, we have Maika'i mako. Okay? And all of you are sitting there going, Akela, that looks real cute. I think it's kind of funny myself. Okay, try it again. Maika'i mako. Did you get the difference between maua and mako? Remember now, I'm talking to you. You're not part of maua and mako. Okay? So, you want to know, well, then how do I ask you how you guys are? Ask me, pehea o lua. Point to us like this. Pehea o lua. And my response will be, maika'i maua. Okay? Try that again. Ask us again. Ask me and Elipani one more time. Okay? Anaho. Pehea o lua. O lua. Remember? When you only asked me, it was pehea oi. But now there's two of us you want to know. So you come up to us and you go, pehea o lua. And I respond, maika'i maua. Maika'i maua. But then you see all three of us standing there. And you say, now what? I can't say pehea oi because she's not by herself. Can't say pehea o lua because it's not only two of them. There's a whole bunch of us. So it's pehea o ko. Ah, okay. Some of you are going, oh, ko, I've heard that before. Now what? Now I know what it means. Yeah, that's right. It means all of you. Okay? Ask us. Come on. You say it with your friends or whoever you have out there. Try it. Pehea o ko. You say that, hanaho. Pehea o ko. Maika'i. Maika'i mako. Maika'i mako. Okay? That's all of us are maika'i. Ask us again. We'll do it again. Make sure we got this all clear, okay? Ask just me how I am. Come on. Pehea oi. Maika'i. Maika'i yo. Now, what are you going to ask? Pehea o lua. Maika'i maua. Okay? Now ask one more time. Pehea o ko. Did you say pehea o ko? Okay, maika'i. You're right. You said pehea o ko. That's right. And our answer has to be maika'i mako. Okay, now we're going to turn it around, okay? And I'm going to ask you, pehea oi. Are you sitting there going, maika'i yo? Maika'i polole. Now pick up your friend or whoever, or grab your aloha or your papa or whoever you have to grab and say, and answer this question. Pehea o lua. Pehea o lua. Are you sitting there going, maika'i maua? That's right, okay? Say you're sitting out there with Papa. You should be sitting there like with Papa and going, maika'i maua. That's right, okay? Now let me ask you the last one. Pehea o ko. Now it doesn't only have to be 3 people. If you have like 5 people sitting at home right now, pehea o ko. All of you. And what are you answering? Maika'i mako. Maika'i mako. Okay? Now you're probably thinking, and what if we're not maika'i? Well, if you're not maika'i, you don't say maika'i. What can you say? You can say, hau'oli mako. O ma'i mako. Yeah, sick. O ma'i. Maluhi mako. Yeah, 10 o'clock in the morning, kind of early for you. Maluhi mako. Okay, so you see, you can use anything that you want, but you have to know who you're talking about. I personally think that it's important to know who you're talking about. it's junk to walk outside and want to talk to someone and not know how to say the two of you, all of you, and all that. So this is like a really important lesson. When you walk out today, hopefully after this hour, you'll feel satisfied that, oh yeah, now I understand all these different people I can talk about. The thing is to remember all of it. That's the pa'akiki part. That's the difficult part, okay? Hanaho, ask me how I am. Okay? Did you say pehe oi? Mai ka'i. Mai ka'i au. Okay? Me and Elipani, ask us. Pehe o lua. Mai ka'i. Mai ka'i maua. Hanaho, asen pehe. Pehe o ko. Did you say pehe o ko? Mai ka'i mako. Mai ka'i. Okay? I think we got that much down. Let's try it again. I'm going to ask you this time. I want you to pay attention. Okay? Pehe o lua. Tricked you. You thought I was going to start with oi. Let's try it again. Pehe o lua. Are you saying mai ka'i maua? The two of us? Mai ka'i. Pehe o ko. Pehe o ko. Do you say mai ka'i, mako? Mai ka'i. Okay. Now, let's talk about, let's try something different, okay? Here's oya, okay? Pehe oya. Mai ka'i oya. Okay? But now there's two of them, okay? Oh, can you see this guy? I don't think so. There, let's put them together. There's two of them. So, I say, pehe laua. Pehe laua. How's the two of them? Pehe laua. Mai ka'i laua. Mai ka'i laua. Ai? Hanaho. Let's ask how the two of them are. You have yours out there? Ask. Pehe laua. Mai ka'i laua. Hau'oli laua. Pupule laua. Okay, hanaho. Pehe laua. Mai ka'i laua. You see how it doesn't change? Remember when we went olua to maua? When you asked me oko, I talked about mako. In this case, this doesn't change because when we ask, how are they two? How are the two of them? The answer says, the two of them or they two are fine. See? Yeah? Pehe laua, mai ka'i laua. Okay? Oh, too cute. Okay? Now, what happens if we add the last one? Okay, he's just not my favorite, but he can come too. Okay? Alrighty. Oh, we have to make him sit up. Okay. Now, as you can see, this is a difficult thing to do. Okay? We had laua, that was only the two of them, but now we have a whole bunch of them. So, pehe la ko. Okay? Pehe la ko. Let's get his hand out of the way so we can see him. Pehe la ko. Well, mai ka'i la ko. Hikino? Pehe la ko. Mai ka'i la ko. Pehe olua. Mai ka'i maua. Get the idea? I asked them, they answered, you heard them answer. Okay. Okay, I know that can be just a little bit confusing trying to figure out who's who, okay? But take it slow. One more time. Let's move these guys out, okay? You ask me how I am, ask me. Pehe oi. Mai ka'i au. Ask me how the two of us are. Pehe olua. Right? Are you saying that to us? Okay, when you say pehe olua, you're saying, how are you two? Okay? When I say mai ka'i maua, we're saying, we're fine. Okay? And when we add somebody else, and you ask us, pehe o ko, you're asking, once again, how are all of you? And we answer, mai ka'i mako. Hikino? Okay. Let's try Let's try again, laua. Okay? Pehea laua. Maikai laua. Only two of them. Laua. Okay? Pehea lako. Maikai lako. Okay? Let's talk about kako. I'm sure we hear it all the time. People say, yeah, I hear people say, aloha kako. Aloha kako. Well, let's start. Kako is all of us, okay? I know it may seem really weird when somebody walks in and goes, pehea kako. How are all of us? You, me, everybody. How are kako? But it's real Hawaiian in a sense to ask how are all of us, because that way you always include yourself in the conversation. Then you say, maikai kako. O oi, o vau, lako, maikai kako. We're all maikai. Okay? Kako. Hikino? Okay. Kaua. I'm sure you've heard in songs. Kaua ika holo holo ka'a, or kaua la kataua ua ila ai. Kaua. You've heard that? Kaua ika holo holo ai. Kaua. That's another one. That's you and I. That's why there's so many songs like that, because it's talking about you and I go for a car ride, you and I go walking under the moon, you and I, kaua. Now, you may wonder, well, then why do people say aloha kaua if they're saying hi, okay? Because really, that aloha is an emotion, it's a feeling that we share between you and I, okay? So when I see you, I say, aloha kaua, okay? That emotion, that feeling between the two of us. Aloha kaua. Now, if there's a whole lot of us, say I walk into the room and there's like about 20 people there, I walk in and I should say, aloha kako. All of us feel this aloha, okay? Because once again, aloha doesn't mean hello or goodbye or hi. It's really a feeling. It's an emotion. Okay, it's a good feeling. And it's that feeling that we all share when we see each other. And that's why we say it. Okay? So it's not an aloha for only you kind of thing. It's an aloha for all of us. Okay? Aloha kako. Aloha kaua. Only two of us. Okay? Let's take a look at this on paper. So maybe this will help clear it up. Okay? All right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. We've already learned au, I. We learned oi, and we learned oya. Okay? I, you, he, she, or it. And we just learned kaua. Kaua is you and I. Okay? Kako is all of us. All of us, everybody, okay? So like if I wanted to say, that's why we saw in last week's vignette, we heard him say, e ai kako, or e hele kako. That's all of us, the person who's listening, the person who's talking, and the people who are there. All of us, okay? Now this one, maua, is me, the person who's talking, once again, au, me, person who's talking, and someone else, maua, okay? Remember, this section here is all only two people. So in this case, it was you and I. This one, it's me and someone else. And this one, it's me and a whole lot of other people. Okay? Mako. Let's try saying that together. Kaua, kaua, kako, kako, maua, maua, mako, mako. Okay? Now, the neat thing about this, I think, is that in Hawaiian, it's real clear about who is we, okay? In English, if I say to you, we're going to the store, okay? You could be listening and going, what does that mean? I'm going to the store too? And actually, I meant, no, we're going to the store, not you, okay? In Hawaiian, it's real clear. If I said, hele maua I ka hale ku'ai. That person who's listening has no doubt in their mind that you're not going. It's only Maua, the person who's talking and the other person. Okay? One more time. If I say, hele maua I kahala. Okay? Or hele maua I kapa'a. Okay? With Nicolo. Okay? Hele maua. You know that you who are listening, not included. You're not going. It's just me and someone else. Okay? Okay, let's take a look again. So maua and ma'ako, clearly, it makes it clear that the person who is listening is not included in the us. Okay? All of these words right here mean we. The difference between these two and these two is that these two include the person listening. That's why when I say aloha kaua, it refers to you and I. When I say aloha kako, that refers to you and all of us. Okay? Where maua, whenever I use the word maua, it only refers to the person speaking and another person, not you who are listening. Okay? Just like mako refers to me and a couple other people or more, and not the person listening. Okay? Now let's take a look at oi. We had oi. You know that. That's real easy. Okay? Pehea oi. Yeah, how you. Well, all this does is stretch it to more people. How are you? That's one. How are you? Two. Now you recognize something in here that's a little hint to remember which ones are twos and which ones are three or more. Lua, ua, it's coming from the word elua. Okay, now some people may disagree, and all I'm saying is that that's one way to remember it. Okay, it looks like the word, it kind of looks like the word for two, elua. Okay, see, ua, 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 like in the word elua. Okay, and that might help you remember that these are only for two people. So in this case, coming across, you two, you three or more, oko, oko. Okay? You say that with me? Olua. Olua. Maikai. Oko. Oko. Maikai. Okay? Oya. He, she, or it. Just one person. But then we stretch it out to they too. Laua. Laua. They three or more. Lako. Lako. Okay? I know this is a lot for you to remember, but it's vital to speaking Hawaiian language that you know your pronouns. Because if you don't, then you only be able to talk about I, you, he, she, or it. Okay? And there's more people in the world than just that. Okay? So we want to be able to talk about maua, kaua, olua. Okay? Can you try my pronoun hula with me? Okay, I'm the center of your attention and I'm talking to you, okay? So everything I do, you do, okay? Are we ready? Here we go. Au, au, oi, oi. Are you doing it with me? No, come on, don't make me do this by myself. Do it with me. Let's try again. Au, oi, oya. Now remember, you're doing exactly the same as me. Okay? Don't get all confused. Just do what I'm doing. And say it with me. Au. Le aloha and your ohana, are you watching? Let's try it again. Au. Oi. Oya. Now we're going to do the twos, okay? Maua. Maua. Kaua. Olua. Are you pointing this way like this? Okay, maybe I should move Elipani over here so you feel comfortable. Olua, laua, laua, okay, hanaho, maua, only one, kaua, olua, laua, okay, kako, we're going to do all of us now, there's three or more here, kako, mako, mako, oko. All of you out there in TV land should be pointing all to me over here, okay? Out there in Aina Kiwi, all of you, oko. Okay? So now when I come on TV, I'm going to ask you, Pehe oko. And all of you should be saying, Mai ka'i mako. Okay? And lako. All of them. Lako. Okay? It's going to take some practice. It's going to take some memorizing. But that's your homework. Okay? But let's go over some of the things that were said in the vignette. Okay? Let's take a look. We heard Kunane say, E ki'io I ka'u mau mea ho'oponopono. I'll fetch. Remember this word, ki'i? I'll fetch. Ka'u mau mea. I remember some of you have seen ko'u, yeah, for my. This is also my. Ka'u. Okay, we use the this over here instead of o when we're talking about things that we can choose to have, that we acquire during life. Okay, and so in this case, his tools, that's that kind of stuff. Okay, ka'u mau mea ho'oponopono. Mau mea, mau, more than one. Okay, mea ho'oponopono. And where is it? Ma ko'u ka'a. Okay, one more time. E ki'io I ka'u mau mea ho'oponopono ma ko'u ka'a. Okay, some of you are saying, wait a minute. Now, ka'u was for things that you acquired, and how come ka'a is o? Because this one has a different rule, okay? O also belongs with things that you can get into or on top of, okay? It's a real interesting rule, but for now, just remember that ka'a is an o kind of thing, ko'u ka'a, versus tools, which is ka'u mau mea ho'oponopono, okay? All right. And this one says, I'll get it, okay? Last time we had e ki'i oi, or e ku'ai oi, and that was a command. This one suggests that I'll do it, okay? E ki'io I ka'u mau mea ho'oponopono ma ko'u ka'a, okay? I'll get my tools in my car. Our mama says, e ai pono oko, eat well, okay? See this oko? All of you, eat well. Pono, okay? E ai pono oko. E komo au I loko o kahale. I'll go inside the house, okay? As a suggestion, I'll go inside the house now, okay? Hiki no. Komo, remember enter? Remember we talked about this last time. Yeah? Komo versus hele mai, komo mai. And enter is komo, hele is to just travel. Okay? Then she tells them, call me if she needs anything. E kahea mai. Remember that mai? Which way are they going to call? Towards her, because she said it. E kahea mai. Uncle Ka'el sees his friends coming and he says, E nana oi I ko'u ho'aloha. Ho'aloha. Okay? Friend. Okay? E ai oko. Once again, just like e ai pono oko. Okay? And Kekai says, a ole e hana mua mako. No, we'll work first. Hana mua. Okay? And she says, a ole, tipu kawahine, a ole e ai mua oko. A e ho'oi kaika ike kino. Okay? I'm not going to translate this. I think you can do this. I'm going to let you do it by yourself. A ole e ai mua oko. A e ho'oi kaika ike kino. Okay. Let's look at some of our new words. Ho'ololi, to change. Huila, wheel. Apo, all. Pa'ahana, busy. Okay? This is for when she uses the word pa'ahana. Okay? Mahina, month. She says, Elua mahina paha, because he asks, when is the baby going to be born? And she says, Elua mahina paha, 2 months maybe. Ma'alahi, easy. It's the opposite of pa'akiki. And then you recognize these words, ho'oi kaika and kino. Okay. Well, I'm going to give you a chance, maybe about a minute, to just review the situation that we have today and figure out ways that you can use what you've learned today in that situation. Okay? So I'll give you some time to do that, and I'll check back with you later. Mahope. Ahui ho. Aloha. Okay, well, were you able to think of some of the things that you could have done in that situation? I hope so. Okay, today our value is laulima, okay, working together. And although in the vignette you may not have seen people working together, they were coming together to help Uncle Ka'eo change all the tires on his car, okay? So, yes, our value is laulima, many hands, okay? Lau, in this case, doesn't mean leaf, it means many. Laulima, lima, hands, many hands coming together to work together, okay? Makes work easier. And that's what he says. He says, mai ka'i na lima he nui, no ka mea ma'alahi kahana, yeah? Work is easier, ma'alahi kahana, okay? So, I don't know, I think sometimes people, we've heard too many cooks spoil a soup or something like that. In Hawaiian, you just got to get organized because having many hands is a good thing. It's just that everybody has to know their kuleana, okay? You know your kuleana, when you're going to laulima, everything works out really maikai. And if you can see behind me, there's a picture from Native Hawaiian Drug-Free program at Kamehameha schools of laulima, and it's of people doing hukilau, where they're pulling in the net, and that's a good display of laulima, people working together, okay, to bring in the i'a, okay, bring in the fish. So I would like you to think about ways that you could practice, laulima, and this picture is beautiful because you see all that lima together. It makes work easier. It makes it productive. And it definitely makes it beneficial to everyone who's involved. There's nothing like working together. I know sometimes, in schools, they'll say, oh, you have to work by yourself. You have to do your own thing. I believe that we should all be helping each other, and that we should all be trying to come together to work. And yes, there are times when we need to do things by ourselves, but there are also more times that we should be trying to lend lend a hand to kokua, e kokua kako kekahi, help one another. Okay, so I'll give you a chance to watch the vignette one more time, and then when you come back, we'll wrap it up. Okay, ahui ho.
E ana kala Ka'eo. I hea oe hele.
I kia kakahiaka, ho'oponopono au I ke ka'a. Makimaki o e kukua mai a'u.
Ai, hiki no, e ki'i wau I ka o mau mea ho'oponopono ma ko'u ka'a.
Au e, nui ka hana. Makimaki au e ho'olori na wila a pau ma ke ka'a.
E ku'ukane pa'ahana. E ka mea ai. E ai pono o kou.
Mahalo nui, mahope paha. O oi ku wahini olu loa.
Ai, a o oi ku'ukane pa'ahana loa.
Oi, ana ke. A hea e hanau I ai ka pepe.
E lua mahina paha. Pea oe e kunane.
Mai ka'i, a o oe.
Nui ho'i ko'u o pua, ka haoli loa au.
E kunane, e kukua mai.
Hiki no.
E komo au I ka hale. Ina makemake ai e kahea mai.
Ai, hiki no mahalo.
Hiki no. E nāna e ko oho aloha. Hele mai oia e kukua pū. O wai ke la.
O, keia ko'u hoaloha o malani ke au nui kona inoa.
O ka mai no lua. Ai, o kunane ko uho pili. E kunane, o ko uho anoha ke ia o ke kai.
Aloha. E, o keia ko'u anakala ka eo. O kua wai ho'oponopono I kona ka'a I keia la.
Aloha e kuhua.
Aloha no.
Mahalo no ke kukua nui. Maikai nā lima he nui. Malahi ka hana.
Pololei.
E ke kai pololi oi?
A ole mahalo, e hana mua mako.
A ole, e ai mua o ko e ho'o I kaikai ke kino.
Hiki no.
Hiki no.
Hiki no.
Awe, they talk kind of avivi, yeah? Avivi, kavala au. They were real fast. But hopefully you understood. I'd like to just quickly review those pronouns and hopefully, you feel kind of pa'a and okay with that and make sure you got it down, okay? So once again, you follow me. Now you do exactly what I'm doing. So when I point this way, you should be pointing to me, okay? All right, let's try it. Au. You saying it with me, okay? Or say it after me, but at some point say it now, okay? Hano. Au, maikai. Oi, oia, maua, kaua, olua, laua, hikido. Hanaho? Okay. Maua. Kaua. This is the you and I one. Kaua. Olua. Laua. Mako. Mako. Hopefully you pointed to yourself and a few other people. Okay. Mako. Kako. You're including me now. Kako. Oko. All of you, Aina Kiwi, okay? Oko. Lako. Lako. Okay? It's a lot to remember, okay? But you can try. Because now, if you wanted to say, they go to the movies. All of them. Which are you going to choose? Lako. Hele lako, ike ki'i oni oni. Okay, hanaho. Hele lako, ike ki'i oni oni. Okay, somebody says, where's so and so and so and so and so and so? Oh, hele lako, ike ki'i oni oni. Okay? Or someone sees the two of you walking out the door. They go, where are you guys going? Oh, hele maua, ika haliku ai. Okay? You got that? Maua. When you want to ask somebody, you two going to the store, hele olua ika hale ku'ai, hele olua ika hale ku'ai. And if you are, or I, hele maua ika hale ku'ai. Okay? If you want to tell somebody, you and I go to the beach, e hele kaua ika hakai. Okay? Let me give you a new verb. He'enalu, surf. He'enalu. Tell someone, let's go surf. Just tell one other person, let's go surf. Think about it. Give you some time. Okay? Did you say, e he'enalu kaua? E he'enalu kaua. You and I. He'enalu. Okay? Hanaho. E he'enalu kaua. What if it's you and I, let's eat? E ai kaua. Okay? Hopefully, we've gotten a lot done this morning, okay? Because this is a major part of Hawaiian language. You cannot begin to talk about anything if you don't know who you're talking about. So take the time this week to practice, okay? Malama pono, mahalo no oko, no ka oko, nana ana mai, haoli vau e noho maane e kuka kuka me oko e a o aku ia oko I ka olelo Hawai'i, ka olelo mako e hine o ku'umau kupuna. A hui ho aku, aloha e ku'umau keiki, ka lei aloha kua noni me, ka lei aloha. Hui ho, aloha.